After the ANC retained power after 57.5% of the vote last week, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa now faces the daunting task of forming the cabinet to oversee his promised transformation of the economy. Top on the agenda is reforming Eskom, that's the country's electricity utility firm. CGTN's Yolisa and Njamela has more.
President Cyril Ramaphosa's governing African National Congress has been given another chance to prove itself willing to diligently serve the people of South Africa.
With the elections now firmly behind us and President Ramaphosa having secured the election as the president, investor focus now shifts to his ability to fix the country's major problems.
The country is already moving rapidly towards the first sitting of Parliament and the appointment of new ministers and deputies to implement standing policies. The list of expectations from the South African population remains quite lengthy.
The biggest challenge is the unemployment of a lot of young people who are graduating from universities. So urgently, he has to hit the road running in terms of employment creation and making sure that these young people who are coming out of universities and colleges get jobs.
One of the other essential first steps the president has to take is to revive a waning economy.
Transforming an economy once it falls down is a very difficult process, and it's normally a medium to long-term process. If he has capital on his side, if capital buys into his economic agenda, then it means he has extra resources other than the resources he has within government to drive the economy.
Cash-strapped state-owned power utility Eskom poses one of the biggest threats to economic growth as it struggles to meet electricity demand. Eskom is a South African electricity public utility. But there's also the question of land reform. South Africa's lawmakers agreed to amend the constitution to allow for expropriation of land without compensation. This is to address the past injustices. Investors have been jittery about this. The president has on many occasions had to reassure them.
We've got to have land reform. We've got to address the original sin. But I am clear on one thing. We've got to do it in terms of the rule of law. We are not a banana republic. We are in Nelson Mandela's republic. And we will do it in accordance with the ethos that Nelson Mandela lived by and stood for.
After his inauguration on the 25th of May, President Ramaphosa is expected to announce a substantially trimmed down cabinet as part of cost-cutting measures. Yolisa and Njamela for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.